All right, here we go. One, two, three. In the place to be. It's the bottom of the map.
Bottom of the map.
It's your player partners in the place to be. It's your dog is real.
I Hayes.
And you know what? We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's jump straight into it. We gonna do what we do. We're gonna have to give you this real. Miami got the victory this weekend, 29-26 over Virginia in overtime. Didn't even have to go down like that. We're gonna get into it, but before we do that, we're gonna shout out the defensive line, Leonard Taylor, Dean Bain. All them boys came in and they did their thing. I'm gonna shout out Maui Noga because he was getting busy.
Boy name. Featuring that boy name, but yeah, he is getting real busy.
Yeah, but hey, let's jump right into the elephant in the room. We're gonna talk about TVD and Mario. What's the word?
The fans want his head. They're saying pick every game. They saying he's the problem. Only the people who really know football are really saying it's still Mario. So here I think it's both of them, but I still feel like how can you really blame TVD? TVD is doing his job, right? He's not doing a good job, but he's doing his job. If the coach doesn't have faith in him, then pull him. But to not go to it and not be able to do your job, not to be able to be the best situational coach that you can be, just shows me that you don't really get it. You're not trying to get it, and there's not going to be any changes. Mario's just going to give you that same, just same explanation with no change. So for me, I'm like, look, I know that if I'm confident in the coach, then there's no reason for us to question whatever they do. So you're questioning TBD, and the fans got to say something because Mario ain't going to do it. And when he didn't go for overtime, everybody in the stadium, when he didn't try to at least go for that kick, everybody in the stadium let him know. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Um, I second that. If you don't trust them, pull them. And I feel like if you're the head coach, you're supposed to make those hard decisions, and that's a hard decision. And I know because we all love TVD, we want him to do well. We see the potential there, but he's not playing well. It just is what it is. He's like staring down receivers. He just looks very uncomfortable. He's not seeing defenses, and he's just not like the game is not being won on his arm. It's just not. When he makes the plays, he looks good, but he's making a lot of bad plays, and those plays have been costly. You got to pull them, even if it's just to give the team a change of pace. It may not be for the entire game, but sometimes, like you see head coaches, they pull and put another quarterback in just to give the team like a different feel. Emory Williams can give you a different feel. Yo, like you've been saying this, like why we ain't got no packages for Ja'Cory Brown? Why he doesn't have any packages? No wildcat, no nothing. He's not even like throw him out there just as like a decoy with TVD. Like get some type of looks, but you're
Oh,
not.
Ray Joseph out there. You got him on kickoff returns. I just think that when your quarterback is struggling, this is where coaching comes in, right? We're going to, like you said, I'll throw in Emory a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You see it in the NFL all the time. You're not playing good. Let me throw somebody else in. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like, okay, so he ain't going to do good. So then are we going to mix up the play calling out? Like, what are we going to do? You saw that, what I'm saying, the game before last, even though he was hurt. You saw he really wasn't playing well. Oh, okay, cool. He was hurt. But I just think, once again, coaches are not stepping up to do anything different. And for me, any coach in America, you got a chance to win a game in regulation. Who not doing that? Especially with any type of time on there. I just felt like, I felt like this is the University of Miami. If we got time to win a game, we're gonna win a game. To lay down like that, nah, man, that just shows me once again, man, this man don't know what he's doing. I can't see that.
And just get him in better position. He threw 3 picks against Georgia Tech, 2 picks against North Carolina, and 2 picks against Virginia. Like that's an issue. And if you're not addressing the issue, then man, listen, I like TVD. I think TVD will be a good quarterback. We've seen what he would do with Rhett Lashley, who's he. I don't want to say he's a quarterback whisperer, but he's gonna take your quarterback.
He's a quarterback whisperer. He's a quarterback whisperer with no O line, and okay.
We know O line and putting up numbers.
That's why it's got to be coaching, because we just saw a young TBD, an unheralded TBD, okay receivers, no O line, decent running backs. But guess what? Rhett Lashley can coach. Red Lashley can coach.
And think about the receivers. We used to always complain about drop passes, drop passes, drop passes. So we're not complaining about drop passes anymore.
Not.
So that isn't the issue. So like, I've been listening to other shows, and they're happy that we got the win, but I'm tired of these wins, and I think this is what we're gonna get with Mario, and Mario is going to like sloppily get to 8 or 9 wins like he did at Oregon, and this is what we're gonna be stuck with. It's fool's gold, man.
What's wrong with the other fans though? It's like y'all didn't see this man at Oregon. Like, what are y'all smoking? Well, you're just a hater. What? So you just want to get behind any piece of bullshit? You don't give a fuck what it look like? Like, I don't understand it.
So, do you think if TVD has another subpar, mediocre game, two pick game, do they pull him, or does he need to just keep him out there?
Well, I mean, hell, I feel like if I gotta make you see what I'm saying? I mean, like you said, I know you're asking me, but it's to the point where at this point he plays again, the fans are doing it. And I'm like, well, bro, if that's the case, then we need to get some of that salary. But if it's me, I already would have had Emory Williams coming in for series in this game because he just played, so he's still warm. So if Emory ends it up doing good in this game, then I sit TBD for the rest of the game and ride the hot hand. And I talk to TBD and say, listen, I'm
Mhm.
just doing this, you know what I'm saying? As soon as he messes up, and I'm with confidence sending him back in, but it may not be that game, you know what I'm saying? But whatever I'm doing, I need him to refocus. And I mean, if we're making that point, I got to strip down the play calling for Emory because they know that he's not as experienced. But that's when I have a lot more just misdirection. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm playing with more tight ends. Did we see a lot of tight ends? I've seen one pass to McCormick as a safety valve. You know what I'm saying? Once again, so I mean, whatever you have to do to mix things up, to give your quarterback confidence, to give the team the best chance. But once again, we don't have that type of coaching because anybody who can end the game in regulation is going to do that. Especially when I got that type of kicker, I get to 55 or better. Anything under 60 yards, I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's not just about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. You want to show that. But I just think that the team, the team is not going to say it. And I don't think he's lost the locker room or anything like that. But they're not stupid, bro. They on social media. They see how they're winning. They know that their coach ain't really about that. Their coach ain't really, he's not really confident. He doesn't really know what to do. And I think him not knowing what to do is bleeding over into the quarterback position. You don't know what to do.
Last thing I want to ask, because no, that was a great point about like if you get somebody who's been kicking 50 yarders with ease, you get them like 60 yards and then like give them a chance, like give them a chance. You got 3 timeouts, 2 timeouts, like give them a chance. You just don't trust your quarterback, and you don't even trust yourself to make the decision. And it's like how you supposed to be the head man in charge. Like, listen, we gonna make the decision. I done seen Lane, I done seen Jimbo. I done seen all types of people go for it on fourth down, and you roll the dice, and you live with the results. But at least you're at least being aggressive and trying to win the game. But this last thing I wanted to ask you about, because Mario is supposed to be like the leader of the offensive line. Now I would say the offensive line, as far as like the quarterbacks getting hit, is like I don't know, they're not been getting hit a lot. They haven't been getting sacked a lot. But our running game is trash. It's been trash all season. So like, what's up with that? Like, what's going on with the running game? Because the running game sucked. It sucked again this last week.
The
They
O line,
barely had 100 yards total. Like it was trash.
the O line has taken a regression. I think if you're looking at the tape, the holes are not there. Sometimes, what I will say about TBD is that certain plays he has all day to throw. Other plays he doesn't. So is the offensive line has been a mixed bag. At the beginning of the season, you know what I'm saying? That thing was, consistent. Them boys was out there making big holes. I'm talking about big holes. You could drive a truck up in that thing. But now, it just really seemed like there won't get no traction. First of all, and I do want to say, the O line don't really get no push.
Mm.
The D line is good too, but I noticed in the goal line situation, the O line and the D line they're not stout. Like you can, what I'm saying, second and third efforts you're getting through. So when Miami does have to, it's a 4th and 1, it's not guaranteed. Like I just don't know what's up with that, but I know that once again, Mario's saving grace has been those O line and those D lines, and I will say that they're better, right? And what somebody else will say, "Oh, it's only been a season or two," but man, they right now I give them about a C because when TVD is on point, he still rushed. He was running for his life a couple of other plays, so it's just like I don't know whether he's scared about getting hit because one game, but he was getting his ass hit, and you could just tell him like, "Look, man." I don't want to make theories about why he's playing bad, but I know if you feel like you got to make rush throws and you could be hit whereas during the first 2 or 3 games he wasn't getting touched. I just think that that's a mixed bag. So I don't know. I don't know, but I just think if Mario can't get that fixed, then it's like really what we talking about.
Yeah, 'cause I really wanted, we got Mark Fletcher back. So I was like, I've been really wanting the running game to take off, and it just ain't happening. It ain't happening. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, if this is Mario's, he's supposed to have his fingers all over the offensive line, and the run game is supposed to be like, that's his bag, that's his back pocket. So we supposed to be seeing progress in the run game, but we've having back to back and back to back weeks of barely 100, 150 yards rushing totals. Running backs not getting more than 3 or 4 yards a carry. Offensive line, like you say, not getting any push. They're not taking over the game. They're not dominating the game. It's just like at this point, they're like handling their assignment. They're not a bunch of like blown blocks, but that's it. That's all we got. So I mean, oh no, I just think that we got to start holding Mario, all the way to the fire. We got to stop just giving because he got the victory, like giving him a pass.
Oh,
And
they gonna give him a pass though. Everybody else giving him a pass.
we got the victory. So we sitting at 6-2 right now, and everybody's just happy about that. We bowl eligible already, so you know what I'm saying. Everybody's happy about that.
But listen, the fact that UM fans are happy to be bowl eligible, I ain't got to say nothing else. You're happy just for a win. You don't even want to analyze it, right? You're just happy for a win. I'll let you know, man. These fans different, man. They some, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it, man. The fans are some hoe cakes. The fake ones who just happy to win, they don't care how we're winning. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm sorry. I think the only thing that Mario can really say that is the talent level. I'm just thinking, okay, the only thing I can say is that what you are going to recruit. Now it's going to be interesting because the recruits are watching these games, or coaches are watching these games, and
You see
so
who just flipped?
I did see who flipped. And if we don't have a top 10 recruiting class, it's just because it's like, look, you don't want to say I can go there, but you're not going to get better. You can go there, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something to be said. Because at the end of the day, you may not like Florida State, we're a UM fan, so we're not gonna like Florida State, but you're gonna respect how well coached they are. And I mean, is it really that they're well coached, or is our coach that bad?
Mm,
Things that make you say, hmm.
mm, mm, mm. All right, well, it's spooky hours over here. You might get a trick, you might get a treat. You don't know what you end up with over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we got the victory, so I guess we got a treat.
All right, we got the victory. I'm just happy to win.
We happy to win, but Mario out here tricking people
Hey,
because
all day.
I don't know what's going on. But I will say, you did call for Miami not to cover them 19 points.
Yeah, yeah, I
That was,
did. I
that
did.
was a good bet. That was a good
And that
bet.
was off of Virginia too. I'm like, look, I just seen Virginia play, so Virginia acting like right now, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, that's the most dangerous 2-5 team out there, boy. I'm telling you, dangerous 2-5 team. So,
All right, well, North Carolina State next week, and we're gonna see
yeah,
what it is. Hopefully, we hoping, but we don't do hope over here. We just call it like it is, and if it's a duck, it's a duck. And right now, we're looking like some ducks right now.
you know, straight up.
But yeah, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's them again, and support your partners from the bottom of the map. Until next time, we go.
We out.
Yep. Peace.